I knew that I was going to come to Iowa the day that I toured campus.
It felt like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to be.
I was looking at all the different buildings and the manicured lawns and thought, oh, this is like college. I can be a student, I can experiment, I can try, I can fail, and I can also eat dining hall food.
Being here in Iowa City, there were so many things going on. It was such a vibrant academic and intellectual, but also creative community.
The people are what makes this place so special to me.
And it feels like you're always surrounded kind of by family.
I've never even been into sports. I learned just how awesome it is to be in that community of we are all students here right now cheering on this one thing.
Every time I wear a Hawkeye shirt, I always hear somebody yell, "Go Hawks," at me. So I know that that's going to follow me wherever I go.
Coolest thing about being a Hawkeye is that it doesn't mean one thing.
I want to be a visual storyteller and a filmmaker. What's been given to me here can really help me with that.
Being a sorority president, that gave me a lot of leadership experience, and I want to use that skill to impact other people.
Valuing the people that you work with is the most important thing, and that's definitely the lesson that I'm going to take away.
From COVID and everything that happened, I was stripped down to the essentials of leaning on my people and learning how to allow people to help me.
Coming from a first-generation student, being resilient meant staying through college, pushing myself to be the best that I can be.
Not being able to see my family, that was really tough in a way that I probably still haven't completely processed.
Those hard days were some of the days that made me.
I'm thankful for the peers as well as the mentors that I've had who have allowed me to be resilient.
I would love to thank my mom, my dad, obviously.
I have a lot of people to thank here. You know, it starts with professors and the students that I've met.
I would like to thank the UI Reach program, my grandparents. I like to thank them.
My two brothers, Peyton and Maddox, for their endless support.
My roommates, Alyssa and Leah, shout out to you guys.
Thank you to my beautiful fiance and soon-to-be wife, Renee.
Thank you to my friends for making all of this worth it.
Welcome to the Fall 2023 College of Nursing Commencement Ceremony. I am Julie Zerwick, Dean of the College of Nursing. I first want to congratulate the graduates of our BSN and RN to BSN programs and extend an especially warm welcome to our friends and families of the graduates. We are so pleased to have you with us as we bear witness to this milestone. We are privileged and grateful to have been a part of your graduates' life for the past few years. The entire university community shares your pride and happiness on this very special day. Thank you to graduate Marshall Kate Randall for leading the student processional and Emily Ellis from Hands Up Communications for the sign language interpretation. Many people are joining me on stage today for this celebration. Please stand as you are introduced. Representing the College of Nursing Administration, Associate Professor, Director of the MSN Entry into Practice Program and Interim Associate Dean for the Undergraduate and RN programs, Sarah McVeigh, Professor Anita Nicholson, and Associate Provost for Undergraduate Education and Dean of the University of College, Tanya Uden-Holman. Our honored guest, College of Nursing Outstanding Young Alumni Award recipient, Monica Samples, BSN Pre-Licensure Class Speaker, Andrew Dormal, RN BSN Class Speaker, In Wan Ho, and Jack B. King University Librarian, John Colshaw. Faculty from the College of Nursing joining us on stage include Amalia Gedney-Lowe's, Colin Rogers, Deborah Strobel, Katie Knox, Keela Herr, Leah Buck, and Teresa Bechtel. Faculty also assisting behind the scenes include Emily Ford and Frances Coonley. Also assisting behind the scenes are staff members Leah Kopis, Riza Falk, Katie Mahosky, Megan Klein, Anita Corey, Kristen Hansen, Gina Potteroff, Linda Myers, and Corey Landstrom. So you can see this is a great day for celebration, and it requires a lot of work from behind the scenes people. Thank you. So when I speak at commencement, my remarks are traditionally inspired by a book. The past few years have been inspired by authors from the Iowa Writers Workshop, since we are, as you may have heard, the #1 public university in the country for writing. This year, however, I'm breaking that pattern because of a recently published book that took my breath away in the first few pages. Taking Care, The Story of Nursing and Its Power to Change Our World by Sarah DiGregorio. DiGregorio's perspective as a family member and as a patient was spot on about the work that nurses do and the transformative power of the field we have chosen. Nursing is more than stopping bleeding and bandaging the ankle. Medicine is one tool of nursing, DiGregorio writes. But nursing is about more than procedures, medications, and cures. Nursing practice includes patient advocacy, preventive care, education, and the duty to assess and care for each patient holistically as an individual in a given context. A nurse problem solves to maximize a patient's health and comfort, thinking beyond a given medication or a remedy to how that patient lives in the world. DiGregorio speaks eloquently about her mother's death, experiencing tests for her own possible breast cancer diagnosis, and her newborn baby's time in the NICU. In the hospital setting, nurses are the ones making sure that discharge instructions are possible for that particular patient, assessing where they might need support, both physically and mentally. Nurses are those seeing beyond the machines that surround a NICU baby, reporting information to the patient's parents that include oxygen levels and heart rate, but goes beyond that to how the patient or baby is doing. Nurses assess in the moment what the patient or the family member needs, and they provide it, be a clear explanation, a listening ear, or a way to release emotion. Some of you know this already and live it every day on the hospital floor where you work. Some of you may just have a feeling in your bones that you haven't been able to verbalize. But you have all chosen to be the provider that notices problems and finds solutions, that creates powerful relationships with the people in your care, that uses your knowledge and skills to guide them through the profound transitions they are experiencing, that looks at the holistic picture and moves the world ever so slowly towards health. Nursing is and always has been uncommonly complicated and uncommonly powerful, DiGregorio writes. In considering nursing of the past and present, there are irreconcilable tensions in how nursing is defined as a biological science and as hands-on caring, as skills in relationships, as knowing in the mind, and knowing in the body. I think all of those can be true, and that those complications are parts of nursing's power. And as DiGregorio says in the title of her book, you have the power to change our world. Congratulations on completing a major step forward on your journey to this complicated and powerful field. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Andra Doromol, who will speak on behalf of the Fall 2023 BSN licensure graduates. With a grandmother who was a doctor, countless cousins who are nurses, and a teacher and social worker for parents, The drive to help people is in Andrew's blood. A 2019 graduate of Hinsdale Central High School in Illinois, Andrew chose to study nursing because it gives his life a sense of purpose and is something he can be proud of doing. With nursing, he feels that the work he's doing matters and that he has the capability to make a tangible, positive difference in the world. Andrew hopes to work in pediatric oncology and aspires to get his Doctor of Nursing practice and become a teacher. Please welcome our pre-licensure BSN class speaker.
Thank you, Dean Zerwick, for the introduction. Thank you to all the faculty, friends, and family who are here today to support us as we graduate and take the next step in our careers and lives. And thank you to my classmates, my family, for giving me the opportunity to represent you all today. According to the American Nurses Association, younger nurses feel undervalued and overwhelmed at work. 1 in 5 newly licensed nurses quit within the first year of joining the field. 1 in 5 nurses under the age of 35 feel that the organization they work for doesn't care for their well-being. Our profession is struggling, and our healthcare system is flawed. We have all seen it and felt it. There's no one solution that will change everything and make it better. I don't have one, but I do know you're here. I'm here. We are here because we believe that despite everything that's stacked against us, we have the ability to make a difference. We believe that all the hard work we have put in is for something worth doing. We each come from all walks of life, from different places, different families, and different cultures. Our unique perspectives, personalities, experiences, and beliefs make each and every single one of us invaluable. You are important. Someone relies on you for something only you bring. We will spend our whole life discovering who we are, both outside our career and within, and we should all strive to share that journey with one another. Some of the best advice I've ever heard was to every day take the best of yourself and give it to others. When you stay true to who you are and share your best, you inspire everyone around you to do the same. Never let anyone or anything take away the power that comes with being you. We are the next generation of nurses. We have an obligation to leave our profession in a better state than what we inherited. It's the nature of nursing, to learn, to grow, to improve, and to care about the work that we do. The chances the average person gets to impact another person's life pales in comparison to the opportunities that we get. What an amazing opportunity, and what a heavy responsibility. Sorry. The words we say, the things we do, and how we make someone feel at their most vulnerable will leave a lasting impact. But we aren't perfect. We get tired, frustrated, we feel doubt, fear, anxiety, sadness, and pain. We can be stubborn. We are flawed, imperfect. We are human. We mess up, we fail, and that's okay. We will fail often in our career and in life, so we should learn to fail gracefully, accepting our mistakes and learning from them. True failure only comes when we lose sight of who we are and forget what we are. When we forget the opportunities we are afforded every day as nurses. When we beat ourselves up, thinking we'll never be good enough, instead of realizing that we can always be better and grow. Never forget the responsibility that comes with being a nurse, nor the inherent limitations we have being human. When we put on our uniforms and badges, people see us as a representative of our profession. We represent the core values and principles of nursing, that healthcare is a human right for everyone, that the autonomy of our patients is to be protected at all costs, and that our sole purpose as a nurse is to act compassionately to promote the health and well-being of everyone who seeks our care. What an honor to be able to represent our profession, the nurses who came before us, and those that will come after us, who believe in a life dedicated to the service of others. But more importantly, we represent the things close to our hearts. We represent our own beliefs and ideals of why we chose to become nurses. We represent the people who have gotten us to this point. The faculty and professors who have sacrificed their time and provided their knowledge and experience to set us on the path to becoming the nurses that we need to be. Our families and loved ones who have sacrificed resources and time spent with us because they believe in us and what we're doing. And most of all, we represent each other. We get to represent the friends we have made who have grown and learned alongside us for the past 2 years, whose dreams you've supported because they supported yours, the friends that you will cherish for life. What an honor to be able to represent something we believe in. What an honor to represent the people who care about us and sacrifice for us. What an honor to be able to represent the people we love. So, when things get difficult, when you feel overwhelmed, always, always remember who you are, and what you represent. Fully believe in it. Because believing in the people you care about and believing in yourself, that you are valuable and capable, that you can learn and grow and always be better, and that what you do is important and means something. That belief goes far beyond just nursing. Congratulations to us all. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Andrew. So among the graduates we are recognizing today are those who completed their initial preparation in nursing at a community college and then subsequently enrolled at the University of Iowa to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, a special group of individuals who chose to come here for their education. So speaking on behalf of the fall 2023 BSN graduates is In-Won Ho. In-Won is a nurse in the cardiology unit at the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics and a 2021 graduate of Kirkwood Community College. The treatment and care she received at the University Hospital during and after a life-threatening health crisis 17 years ago inspired her to pursue nursing as a career. She's delighted to be a nurse and participate in the work of keeping others alive, just as the healthcare professionals at UIHC did for her. In-Won is preparing for certification as an advanced cardiac nurse and wants to pursue a Doctorate of Nursing practice program at the college next fall. Please welcome our RN to BSN class speaker.
Thank you, sorry. Thank you, Dean Jervik. Okay, sorry, I have to change my glasses. Good morning, my name is In-Won Ho. In our lives, we meet plenty of people. A nurse's most fundamental task is to care for patients in healthcare setting. Though we have fresh meeting every day, the meetings make a miracle happen. I was a patient at the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinic in 2006. My first child died 2 weeks before his due date. During my miscarriage, I was on the edge of death because of my heavy bleeding. The doctor said that while my husband was suffering the loss of his child, you may lose your wife if the bleeding does not stop soon. But we will all do our best so that doesn't happen. I was transferred to operating room and the nurse continued to calling my name and asking me what my name was to help me stay conscious. It is the most popular question I ask my question while working now. What's your name? The nurse told me, it is not time to sleep yet. What do you see right now with your eyes? I saw boxes on the operating room shelf. One by one, I spell out the words printed there. I repeatedly lost consciousness. I shivered aggressively. My body felt extremely cold. The nurse assured me that the doctor and nurses were now treating me. People rushed around me with loud, unknown sounds. Hurry up, squeeze, someone yelled. They lost my purse, and I felt my wrist being pushed on. They said they got my blood pressure on my wrist. I learned, what a strange device, that in the United States, people measure blood pressure on the wrist. I learned in nursing school that it was an arterial line. When the bell quieted down, the nurse spoke to me, "You can rest." 2 years later, I had a baby. My daughter Abigail will be 15 years old this month. Thank you. That day, I met numerous professionals: the doctor who cried for me after my miscarriage, the nurse who worked 12 hours and didn't know how many more, the medical staff who shouted and ran to save me, the nursing assistants who softly and tenderly washed my bloody body, and the janitor who cleaned my bloody room. Those people who gave their best and were passionate about their profession made it possible for me to be here today. I hoped others who needed the miracle I received would also experience it. I wanted to join a place where I could make such a miracle happen. That is why I made the decision to become a nurse. However, the decision did not provide the result automatically. I had to overcome several mountains of setbacks. The learning process was much fun for me. However, my language barrier and the lack of studying skill took me longer and made me work more than others to get the required outcome. Most of the RN to BSM courses were delivered online. I was not a fan of online discussions. It was incredibly difficult for me. However, in other students' postings, I learned about their experience, concerns, and suggestions for safer, more patient-centered care. I had only met them online, but their posting inspired me to develop critical thinking as a nurse like them. This meeting creating a miracle for me to prepare for the next step. I will start the DNP program next fall at the University of Iowa. Last March, my dad passed away unexpectedly. It was tough for me to get back to my studies. When I was in need, a professor helped me. She comforted me and provided many resources to help me handle this circumstance. It was a miracle that I met a professor who assisted the students in successfully completing this program. Gratefully, my life was filled with miracles, creating when I met people who did their best in their roles. Perhaps the people I encountered who showed fantastic things were not motivated just by an ambition to do good, but by doing the role assigned to them with responsibility, compassion, and professionalism, resulting in a miracle for someone around them. That's why we should keep developing nursing knowledge as nurse leaders. We who finished the BSN, RN to BSN program are already working as a nurse. But we return to school to continue to our development to provide quality patient care. It is hard work to combine work and school. Sitting in front of my computer after working a 12-hour shift was tough. It wasn't just me, we all did it, but it was a worthwhile challenge. I respect everyone who went through this program and worked hard every day to make it to graduation. I've met such wonderful classmates in the RN to BSM program, and it's an honor to have finished all these courses with you. We will all remember how much how much support we had from family, classmates, professors, instructors, friends, and coworkers in order to finish this program. Thank you for your encouragement and support that has contributed to us doing this successfully. I'd especially like to express my appreciation to the professor and instructors and the University of Iowa for allowing me to study at old age. I give my love and gratitude to my mom, 엄마, my husband, 형우, and my daughter, Abigail, and my niece, 현지, and all family members and church families for their endless love and support in getting here today. 고맙습니다. We who were trained as a nurse leader at the University of Iowa College of Nursing are now preparing for a new chapter. We will continue to grow as a professional nurses and play our role as a leaders in challenging healthcare field. But I believe our development will present a miracle to one person and create one another. Congratulations on your graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, In-One. The Outstanding Young Alumni Award recognizes a graduate who has demonstrated outstanding leadership and achievement in nursing and has made a significant contribution to their community. This award is given to an individual who graduated from the University of Iowa College of Nursing BSN program in the last 5 years. I am very pleased to announce that the 2023-2024 recipient of the University of Iowa College of Nursing's Outstanding Young Alumni Award is Monica Samples. She's a 2020 graduate of the College of Nursing BSN program. Monica is a pediatric intensive care unit nurse at the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. While at the College of Nursing, her nominator wrote, Monica demonstrated natural skill in caring for her patients with an awareness and tenderness that cannot be taught. This skill and dedication was recognized by the Student Nurses Association when they chose Monica to receive the May 2020 Daisy in Training Award. For the past 3 years, Monica has provided the highest level of care as a nurse in the pediatric intensive care unit. Always going above and beyond, she pursued further training and is now qualified to care for children receiving the most advanced level of medical interventions. Recognizing that drowning is the leading cause of death in children ages 1 to 4, Monica has taken another step to care for children in our community and become certified infant swimming resource instructor. She's teaching self-rescue skills to infants and children. Please help me congratulate Monica Samples.
Thank you, Dean Zerwick. Students, families, and faculty, welcome to Graduation Day. I am honored to stand before you today, even though the nerves of public speaking may send my 7-month pregnant self into preterm labor. Luckily, I'm in a pretty good spot, surrounded by a lot of amazing nurses if that happens this morning, so hopefully some of you have labor and delivery experience. But truly, it is a privilege to recognize and congratulate the University of Iowa College of Nursing class of December 2023. You shouldn't underestimate the incredible honor it is to be in those seats, knowing you obtained your degree from one of the best nursing programs in the nation. Every person here today has played a huge role in making all of this happen. Faculty, family and friends, and the graduates themselves. While recognizing the impact that everyone in this room has made to mold and shape these graduates into who they are today, I want to take this opportunity to speak mainly to the graduates as they will soon be starting their new careers. One of the most common reasons a person becomes a nurse is because they want to help others, to make a difference in other people's lives. What a lot of new nurses may not understand is how much their patients and patients' families are actually going to make a difference in their lives. As I reflect on the last 3 years of being a nurse in the pediatric intensive care unit, this rings true time and time again. For example, I will never forget the little girl who got stuck under a tree that was being cut down and fell on top of her. The family was told to consider end-of-life options, including organ donation, because she did not have a neurological exam. When I came back to work a couple days later, I saw the plans for her had changed. She was actually going to be transferred out of the ICU because she was neurologically intact and seemingly back to her normal self. None of the doctors could explain how this could have possibly happened. This girl that appeared to have been brain dead had recovered. This little girl taught me about miracles. I will never forget gathering around my young patient's bed with her family and singing worship music over her in her very final days. This family taught me the importance of faith. I will never forget the many times I lined the hallways with my coworkers with tears streaming down our faces as we watched our patient, who was brain dead, be wheeled to the OR to become an organ donor. These kiddos and their families taught me about selflessness and sacrifice. I will never forget the time my patient came to visit our unit after they had previously spent months and months in the ICU on life support with an extremely slim chance of survival. This patient taught me perseverance. I will never forget embracing parents as their whole world came crashing down and they watched our team perform CPR and push meds, doing everything we possibly could to try to get their child back. This taught me the importance of leaning on others in the absolute worst moments. The funerals, the tears, the nightmares, and the trauma will stay with me forever, but so will the smiles, the kids who got a second chance at life, and the families who got to hold on to their babies longer and watch their children continue to grow. Collectively, these patients and families have taught me to always fight, continue to hope, and to appreciate each moment because your whole life can change in one instant. Graduates, you are soon going to have so many of your own stories to tell. You are going to experience things you wish you would have never had to, and you are going to experience great joys too. As a nurse, we walk through the valleys and the mountaintops with our patients. And as much as we try to make a difference in their lives, and often do, when you stop and look back, you will realize that maybe they made even more of a difference in your life. My point in sharing this with you is to warn you that your journey ahead as a nurse is going to come with challenges, but there is always going to be a silver lining in every story. Find the positive in every situation and hang on tight to the good, because that is what will carry you through and keep you going on the hardest days. Graduates, you are going to make a difference while simultaneously being forever changed by those who you take care of. As you step into your new career as a nurse, know that you are not just a nurse. You are the eyes and ears for the doctors, the advocate for your patient, a shoulder for your patient's loved ones to lean on, and so much more. Always know the importance and impact you hold as a nurse and strive to fulfill that to your greatest potential each and every day. The last 4 years have set you up for great success to do just that. Celebrate this huge accomplishment, as nursing school is no easy feat. Congratulations to each one of you on a job well done.
Just something to remember. I have to say I'm in awe every year with our speakers, and none of you let us down this year, so thank you. I think they deserve some applause again. We are pleased to have Associate Provost for Undergraduate Education and Dean of the University College, Tanya Uden-Holman, with us for the conferring of degrees. She is a clinical professor in the Department of Health Management and Policy in the College of Public Health and has a secondary faculty appointment in the College of Nursing. Please join me in welcoming Tanya Udenholman. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise? Associate Provost Udenholman, these candidates, having completed all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing, are recommended to you by the faculty of the College of Nursing for the conferring of this degree.
On recommendation of the faculty of the College of Nursing and by the authority vested in me by the State Board of Regents, I confer on each of you the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing as qualified and designated.
The turning of the tassel is the tradition of gesture by which each student signifies passage from degree candidate to graduate. Now, before we recognize each of you individually, please mark your new status as graduates of the University of Iowa College of Nursing by moving the tassel of your cap from the right side to the left.
Will the first row of Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates please rise and come forward to receive formal recognition? Okay. Delgracia Ann Hudson. Michelle Annalise Moss. Courtney LaJoy Jones. Brianna Jocelyn Lechuga. Claudia Kim Tice. Abelene Hakabo. Kaylee Diane Hoharts with high distinction. Abigail Richards with high distinction. Megan Anselm. Manela Kapitanovich with high distinction. Dana Alexandra Rafato with university honors and with distinctions. Rachel Lauren Stein. Hunter Stephen Thompson. Kira Ann Evoy. Anne Renee Merritt. Madeline Kate Drzinski with highest distinction. Kaylee Marie Koss. Olivia Marie Atkin, with high distinction. Mariela Valerio. Taylor Maria Suhan, with highest distinction. Morgan Grant Miller. Libby Madeline Evans. Laura Byer, with highest distinction. Andrew Dormal. Inwan Ha, with highest distinction. Krista Merton. Megan Sturges, with distinction. Aaron Abraham. Allison Elizabeth Earlbeck. Catherine E. Del Zanero. Allison Marie Riggenberg. Catherine Denninger, with highest distinction. Tuet He Wen. Cameron Ross Christensen. Resner Buer. Madison Heppy, with high distinction. Callista Marie Cabral. Brielle Michaela Smith. Jordan Shea Finnegan. Laura Jane Caliban. James Jacobson. Hannah Leah Witzel, with highest distinction. Mary Grace Wyzorek, with university honors with highest distinction. Alina Josefina Ochoa. Jose Armando Carrera Fernizia. Derek Hankey, with high distinction. Chanalone Lisa Ratsakan. Jessica Natalie Krochak, with high distinction. Megan Elizabeth Mather, with high distinction. Chloe Nicole Blind, with highest distinction. Thank you. Melissa Yusufovich, with high distinction. Nicole Lynn Pettinger, with highest distinction. Megan Elizabeth Snyder with high distinction. Erin Elizabeth Floody with highest distinction. Samantha Lynn Lalone with highest distinction. Taylor Dusenberry with highest distinction. Regan Helly with high distinction. Alexandra Elise Ekstrom. Audrey Michelle Dempewolf. Paige Jayla Newtsling with highest distinction. Tyra Elizabeth Halber. Grace Anna Berberick. Erin Knight with university honors and with highest distinction. Christina Wong. Isabella Greenlee with university honors. Alexandria Elise Kronquist with high distinction. Natalie Kanan with high distinction. Grace Ann Elser. Paige Sue-Ann Weisner with highest distinction. Sophia Noemi Josephine Ramirez with university honors. Eleanor Elizabeth Van Antwerp with highest distinction. Lauren Annette Johans with highest distinction. Mia Caitlin Cataldo. Elise Christine Pothatakis with highest distinction. Kayla Rayanne Atwood with distinction. Griffin Gerard Tondro with highest distinction. Katie Lynn Fox with highest distinction. Madison Grace Mann with highest distinction. Claire Gianna Schnebulin with high distinction. Kylie Ann Kurt. Rachel Engel. Alyssa Marie Wessel. Allison Ronnie Kloppenberg. Kirby Elaine Louise Rude. Brianna Ray Davison. Katie Gilmore. Blake Elizabeth O'Donnell. Hannah Jean Groth with high distinction. Jack Mitchell Davenport. Jenna Lynn Baldino. Cody Paul Tashida. Olivia Marie Dreyer. Ryan Michael Ray Balmer. And we'll just take a moment till all graduates have returned to their seats. Let us join in offering our heartiest congratulations to the new graduates.
Along with the faculty, I have great hopes for you, our graduates. I hope you find true meaning, contentment, and passion in your lives. I hope that you navigate the hard times and come out with greater strength and resolve. I hope that you seek balance, understanding, and new perspectives. And I hope that you have the ambition to take charge of the healthcare world. It desperately needs your leadership. I know it's a big challenge and a daunting task, but you can do it. And know that we will be watching and cheering you on. Congratulations and best wishes to all of our fall 2023 College of Nursing graduates. Student Marshal, please come forward. Will the graduates please rise for the recessional? Will the audience remain seated until the processional is completed?